Cat got into it, sort of got into it a little bit.
Yeah,
Well, not really.
I'm not worried about Cat.
I know, but I mean, you guys were playful about it.
I don't worry about Cat.
Yeah.
I'm not even thinking about it.
But do you find teams testing you guys more and more as your reputation has grown as a good team?
I don't see them testing us. I think they are scared, and so what they're doing is putting a defensive mechanism up to not be able to mess with the bad boys.
You detected that from that incident or whatever that was?
I don't even know what incident you're talking about. That's how unsure I am about Cat.
Okay.
He's the least of my worries.
All right, shout out to Philman. I got my car from Philman in Livonia. But I gotta get another one pretty soon. But yeah, man. He said I'm not worried about Cat, but I think they should be. But Karl-Anthony seemed to be one of the more disrespected players in the NBA. Well, check out Detroit Pistons Talk playlist. Thumbs up the video, share the video, subscribe to the channel. Next subscribe button is the bell icon button. Hit all notifications. Increase your chance to get notifications. We go live or drop video. I'm thinking about the NFL draft, right? It's next week, I heard. We'll be on it. But hey, these dudes talk about they not, worried about Cat. Of course, he not worried about Cat because he ain't got a guard Cat. But I think Cat is a big problem. I know they talk about Jalen Brunson, and I know he got the ankle, and they got to figure out the way to guard Jalen Brunson. Not really concerned he can get his, but Karl-Anthony Towns, that is a concern. That's a challenge for Jalen Duren, and he could really make his mark in this league by holding his own against, Karl-Anthony Towns, because that's the matchup that's going to make or break the Pistons, excuse me. If Cat embraced the post more than, trying to drive and shoot, trying to shoot so many threes and drive to the rim, he'd be a lot more effective. But it's the whole effect of, the big guys, since Kevin Garnett, Dirk Nowitzki, really Magic Johnson kicked it off. He pretty much kicked its spawn, Kevin Garnett, Dirk Nowitzki, a lot of these bigger guys wanted to play on the perimeter because one of the reasons why a lot of these bigger, want to play on the bigger guys want to play on the perimeter like that is because they want to be as popular as the guards. That's just what it is. But no matter if they play on the perimeter, they shoot jump shots, they dribble, they shoot a lot. They can never match the fly of the guards. The guards will always be the flies. They'll always have the better endorsements. They'll always have the better shoe deals and the better shoes and all that. That's just what it is. Big fellas will never be celebrated like guards because the average person, they can't do what the big fellas can do because they don't have height. The average person can shoot like Steph Curry. You don't see the average player, really posting up like you used to back in the day. You don't. You won't. You just don't. So that's the critical thing about it. But I think, they do need to worry about him. That's the matchup that worries me the most. Karl is playoff tested, but it just seemed like he don't get a lot of respect. He don't seem like he get a lot of respect from player. And then this is a former teammate. My hair look crazy right there, but I just woke up. But this is a former Happy Good Friday. So this is a former teammate. They just don't have no respect for Cat, bro. None. They don't have any respect for him. The whole Jimmy Butler story. I think that's what really blew him off. Then he have his zesty moments. You know what I'm saying? Like, he just, the people in the league don't look at him as tough. And I mean, he's just so talented on both ends of the floor. But I think if he really embraced his back to the basket game and played exclusively with his back to the basket, Karl-Anthony Towns would be nice. And he playing for one of the hard-nosed coaches in the league. And if a guy like Thibodeau can't bring it out of him, who can? No Diddy, no Harvey Weinstein, no Kevin Spacey. Who can? So I just think people don't fear centers no more. Even look here, man. I just no disrespect. I love Nikola Jokic, but people don't fear Nikola Jokic. People don't fear Joel Embiid when healthy. They just don't fear these guys no more. It came a point when Kareem or Wilt came to town, they feared him. Tell me I'm lying. They feared him. When these dudes came to town, they feared him. They feared him. They truly did. When them dudes came to town, there was fear. There was absolute fear. There were absolute fear. When them dudes came to town, there was absolutely fear. So they don't fear Anthony Davis or guys like that no more. They don't fear it no more. And that's funny to me, man, because the big fellas used to be feared. But they don't play with the same grit. They don't play with the same grit or the same grind. They don't play with that same grit or the same grind the players in the past used to play with. And that's a fact. That's a fact. They don't play with the same grit, grind. You know, it's just what it is. They don't play with that same passion no more. So, but it just seems when people you play, your peers, you play again. But when people you play with, when people you play with for real, your teammates don't respect you. To me, that's crazy. When people you play with don't respect you, you know what I'm saying? And they look at you and they just don't respect you. To me, that's crazy. Your teammates should be the number one people that respect you. And when your teammates don't respect you, I'm not worried about them. They all treat you like you saw. There may be a little bit more to that. Than maybe off the court. So yeah, it is what it is, man. But I appreciate y'all for watching. Thumbs up the video, share the video, subscribe to the channel. I'm gonna get my hair straight. What he say on Friday? Like it, daddy hair like he got a bunch of spiders having a meeting on his head. But I appreciate y'all. Check out Detroit Pistons Talk playlist. Game time tomorrow at 6, Saturday at 6, man. So be up, be there, be square, or be square. Be up, be there, or be square. But hey, appreciate y'all, man. Check out Detroit Pistons Talk playlist, man. I appreciate y'all for watching the videos. Share the videos. I'm gonna keep putting them down regardless of the shadow ban YouTube got me under. But you know what it is, man. Peace.